Hello guys, today I'll be reviewing For Unlawful Carnal by Van Halen, the third album with Sammy Hagar, and as I've mentioned in my recent Van Halen reviews, if you're new here, I have said that I have been listening to Van Halen a lot lately, and of course I still am today, and this album does have some songs that I have been returning to a lot lately, and I figured why not give this album a review. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the album. The album starts off with Pound Cake, and this was one of the more popular songs on the album. It charted fairly well for them too. And Eddie also uses a power drill during the introduction of the song, and also during the solo, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this song, it has one of my favorite solos of the Sammy era, and it also has a pretty catchy chorus too, and it's an all-around great song in my opinion, and a solid choice for an album opener. But then we have the song Judgment Day, which is a fairly upbeat, catchy song, and in my opinion, if you're a fan of early Van Halen or maybe early 80s Van Halen, then you'll probably like this song. I'd say give it a chance if you haven't heard it in a while, or if you didn't like it at first. Yeah, Judgment Day, pretty good song, kind of overlooked too. Then we have the song Spanked, and the lyrics in this song are about phone sex. Now, what I find interesting about this song is the rhythm work. I think the rhythm work is a part of what makes this song unique on the album, in my opinion. The song to me just seems kind of different compared to the other songs on the album. Maybe it's just the vibe to me, but I mean, it's not super drastically different, but different enough to, I guess, stand on its own, you could say. But it's always been one of my personal favorites on the album, and it's still one of my favorites today. But then we have the song Runaround, and this is another fan favorite on the album, and I also think it's a pretty catchy song. And yeah, it is a bit more, maybe a bit more radio friendly. Either way, still a pretty solid song, and one of my favorites on the album too. But then we have the song Pleasure Dome. Now, this song definitely maybe an overlooked or underrated gem on the album. Excuse me, but with this song, I think the songwriting really shines in the song, and Alex's drumming in this song is pretty incredible. Maybe some of the best drumming he's done in the Van Halen discography. I mean, the drums really grab you in this song. They were definitely pique your ear, I guess you could say, but also, I like the sci-fi-ish vibes that you get from the talking in the first half or first part of the verses too, and I also think the chorus is solid too. But yeah, another kind of unique song on the album too. But then we have the song In and Out, and with this song, it's always been one of my personal favorites on the album. Just one of those songs to me that sounds like it'd be fun to bump in the car or play out loud. An all-around just fun song in my opinion, and again, one of my personal favorites. But then we have the song Man on a Mission, and this song is another example of how well Van Halen's rhythm work can be, because the rhythm work in the song can really pull you into the song and maybe make you bob your head a little bit. But yeah, it's a pretty catchy song, especially the chorus. But then we have the song The Dream Is Over. Now, for a long while, it was one of my personal favorites on the album. Nowadays, it's maybe an honorable mention. But I don't know, my favorites for this album do change a lot, so sometimes it's one of my favorites, sometimes it isn't, or it's an honorable mention, you could say. But either way, it's still a pretty solid song, and I really like the clean vocals and the chorus. And yeah, not a song that I see many people talk about, too. And I think it's kind of underrated. I think it's a pretty good song. But then we have the song Right Now, and a more melodic song. I mean, would I go as far to say that it's a straight up ballad? I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but it is a bit more, again, a bit more melodic, and you can tell that the song's a bit more serious. The song is lyrically about pretty much living in the moment. Yeah, sometimes have themes of empowerment and stuff like that, those type of themes. And I still think the song holds up today, and it's definitely a highlight on the album for sure. But then we have the song 316, which is an instrumental, and the song was named after Wolfgang Van Halen's birthday, which is of course March 16th. And this instrumental, I think it's decent. Not an instrumental that I think to return to very often or anything, but still a decent instrumental all around. But then the album closes with Top of the World, and this song, not a song that I think to return to very often, actually, which is kind of odd because I do really like this song. It's not one of my personal favorites on the album, but I still do really like it, and I do think it's a strong album closer. But yeah, it is a pretty catchy song. Not much to really say, but either way, it's still a pretty solid song and not a bad choice for an album closer. But if I had to rate this album, I have to give it probably maybe an 8.5 or an 8.7 out of 10. I think it is a pretty strong album. Of course, not their best. I think their best is either their debut or Fair Warning, but this album, either way, is still a pretty good album and an album I'd recommend. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the album. Do you love it? Do you hate it? How's it compared to their other albums for you, or the other Sammy Hagar albums, and all that good stuff? But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment to like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and take care.